So what does it actually do? Can you explain that a little bit?
Essentially, and I got mine too,
Nice, cute.
in whatever software you use it to trigger just about whatever you want. Classic example, if I'm a singer and I do gigs at restaurants, and it's just me, I'm gonna sing over tracks most likely.
Get ready, it's the new edition. Your favorite morning meditation. Hey, it's Meij, pardon my success. I'm a hot mess. Pardon my success. Pardon my success. Pardon my success. Pardon my UPMS. Hey, what's up, you guys, and welcome back to Pardon My Success. I am here with Willem van der Meij, whose name is spelled and pronounced the same as mine. So rare outside of the Asian cultures, but thank you so much for coming on today.
Of course.
Willem is the creator and inventor and CEO and operator and I don't know what else, but we're gonna find out today, of the Midian,
Yep, we will.
which he has been kind enough to send us one. Hang on, let me hand model it.
Go for it.
Perfect. Look at it. Stunning, incredible, beautiful. Thank you. It is so wonderful to have you on today just to talk about this. You are officially our first inventor to come on the stage, which is very exciting.
There we
And
go.
it connects with the arts because it is a portable MIDI controller for artists, musicians, and the like. And I can't wait to learn how to use it. We're going to do a little workshop. I'm so excited. But my first question to you is, how did you begin creating?
If you were to ask me in kindergarten what I wanted to be, I would have said an inventor. When I was in elementary school, I had a bunch of Legos, did all that stuff. Ended up going to college to do computer engineering. I liked that. I got to do all the robotics type stuff. I did that. Got to college, still just wanted to make stuff.
Oh my gosh. Were you ever a musician in any sense?
Yeah, I think I started piano lessons when I was second grade.
Incredible.
I did that through high school, played saxophone, so did the whole high school marching band, all that stuff. And then in college, end of the year, my school did a big concert award show that you do different pop and rock songs. So I played saxophone for that for 2 years, which is super, super sweet. That was a super fun time. So I think we had 3,000 people, which was more than I'd ever played in front of. We had a good time.
What actually led you to invent the Midian?
It was actually one of my friends. It was a Christian school, so he was studying worship music, and he had a little foot switch that he would use to trigger tracks and things. And he brought that to my room because he thought it was broken, and we just opened it up and there was a screw loose. Easy fix, but it got us kind of talking about the whole MIDI stuff, and he mentioned that really the foot switch wasn't the ideal solution for him because he'll be playing acoustic guitar up front and then he hits a foot switch. And it's why are you needing to hit foot switches when you're playing an acoustic guitar? And so it was kind of distracting for people. And then you have to look down, make sure you hit the right thing. I was well, there's got to be a wireless one that you can just clip somewhere. So we went online and tried to find one. And we're both very surprised that we couldn't actually find one. This was right before Cedarville had a pitch competition, a Shark Tank type thing.
Love a Shark Tank.
And I knew the people that were organizing that, they were looking for more participants. So I was okay, here's an idea. I can go do that. I can go talk in front of people. That's fine.
Can.
Did that and got second or third place. I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, it was still a really good experience. I also had an entrepreneurship minor. So finished that. I had to do some entrepreneurial thing in a class. And then also all engineers have to do a senior design project. Ended up combining the two.
That's crazy. It all just worked out for you. Everything counted.
All the things. After graduation, one of my teammates is still with me. We brought another guy on to help with some of the marketing stuff. We pretty much finished it in college, which was great. And now we're trying to sell. And we all have main jobs. This isn't providing all our income, unfortunately, but
that's amazing. I think that's really that's incredible to
good.
hear. And more people need to realize that, yes, you can still be creative and be pursuing your passion projects while having a job that sustains you physically and emotionally.
Yep.
But what was the development process actually?
The concert award show that I did in college for the 2 years. Met a bunch of people through that actually ended up being testers and things. So we would bring them in.
Cute. Guinea pigs.
Here's 4 switches we have. Which one feels the best? And they give input and things like that.
Wait, that's cool. So
also just the interface.
Wow, that's cool. Okay.
But the interface that it's 4 buttons. We were well, we could do a dial or a different button layout. But this was the simplest and make it simple. That's the goal. So that's what we stuck with.
So what does it actually do? Can you explain that a little bit?
Essentially, and I got mine too.
Nice, cute.
In whatever software you use it to trigger just about whatever you want. Classic example, if I'm a singer and I do gigs at restaurants, and it's just me, I'm gonna sing over tracks most likely. I need a way to trigger those tracks, and so my options are, I have a laptop with me and I just go over, hit the space bar. I have a little foot switch that I hit and then that does it. Or with this device, you just clip it to your belt Now you don't have to have like a laptop up there with you because maybe for the optics you don't want that. Then you're not tied to the same physical location. And so just an easier way to do what you were already doing, just less distracting, easier for you to do, doesn't tie you down.
Okay, so it's like 4 different songs or 4 different like
So whatever your software can do with it is what you can do. If your software does lights and you want to control lights with it, you can control lights, like whatever you want. We keep talking with people and they're like, well, can we use this software? I'm like, sure. And then they figure out new things they can do.
Okay, so it's basically you've made it compatible to like what softwares are that? Like Logic, what else?
ProSonus Studio something or other. Stage Tracks 3, somebody asked about. Prime by Loop Community is one.
Was there any time during the process where you were like, I'm going to give up on this and we're going to scratch this whole project and we need to move on to something else?
I definitely was motivated to still keep going through the process. It's not easy, and you do all this work and you don't see much fruit out of it for most of the time. I always thought like the most important thing is to just keep moving forward and doing things, because even if you don't make money, you at least learn a bunch of stuff.
Now you have the experience to be able to go on and create a new business, and now you know exactly all the steps, and that's amazing. What would you say were maybe some of the hardest steps for you guys, or is it still happening?
The whole process, like you have to technically figure out how it works. One funny thing was we made all the designs. We were like, okay, this is where everything's going to go. This is how the case is going to work. And then there was a day where I was like, you know what? I did not design this to be able to be assembled. Like I literally cannot put this together. Like if everything was in place, it would work, but I can't put it together. And then I had to make modifications because that never crossed my mind that I'd actually have to like get the screws out and actually put the thing together.
Oh my God. How are they actually made?
3D printed. It's a glass fiber PETG. It was the nicest feeling one that we thought we found. The buttons also are 3D printed, but they use resin, which is why you can't really see
They're
lines.
satisfying. That's what I was thinking about earlier when you were like, yeah, we crowdsourced to ask about the button feel.
That is what the people wanted, so that's what we gave them.
How many button options were there?
And there were like 4, and like one of them was huge and just would not have worked.
That's so funny.
Thankfully, they liked these the best, and they were the easiest ones to use, which worked out well.
That's incredible. Well, what was your proudest moment so far since developing the Midian?
First sale is always good.
You're doing amazing. Hell yeah. Especially with all of the different skills that you have, you've been able to put together such an incredible product. And I think that that's so cool. And good for you. Congratulations for like just still going and keeping at it. And if you guys want to buy one, you can, and they will be down below. How would you ideally like to see the Midian being used? Like dream goal.
Whenever we talk to people, they give us like these obscure kind of niche use cases. And that's honestly where it's most useful. We had one guy that was working at a camp and like teaching songs to kids. They had their band, and then they teach the kids the part, and then they'd like cycle through, like replace one kid in the band. So like each kid got to do the different things with the main guys.
So cute.
And so he would be walking around like showing people things and like talking with them. So with this, he could just go wherever he wanted and then still be able to trigger the track for like the in-ear clicks and everything. So then he was more engaged with the kids, where he didn't have to keep going back to his laptop each time to go ahead and hit the track. He could just be where he was most needed.
And it's really interesting because I feel like for TED Talks and stuff, this is definitely something that could so wonderfully being used. But what have they been doing? I guess there's usually just an audio guy that has to be there.
You have a laptop somewhere and you walk over to the laptop, or you have one of the foot switches and it's wired and you have to go back to the same spot.
What would you say is some advice that you have to young creatives out there?
It's never guaranteed that it's going to work. It is guaranteed that it's not going to work if you don't do anything about it.
So true.
So
why don't we get into how one actually uses the incredible Midian? I'm opening up Logic.
I'll just show you a basic thing first, and then if there's something you think of that you want to try, we can go ahead and try that. Hit the plus button. Above the audio one, hit the plus button. Add a drummer for the session player. This is just an easy thing to do. And now do the same thing and add a bass.
This is news to me.
I keep jumping into new software and learning things, so I'm not an expert, but I know enough to get myself around. If you hit play, and then immediately after you hit play, hit Command L. On the little screen, you should see a letter with a number.
N2.
That's note mode. You want to go to control change mode. It's just the type of signal it sends. Different software wants different things. The Logic wants the control ones. That should be the button with the nub and the button right next to it. Hold those two down and you should see it start flashing. C2.
Okay, cool.
And then go ahead and hold those two again so it goes to C1.
Cool.
Sweet. Now you're good to go. So you can plug the receiver back in.
Okay, let me do that again. Ooh, I'm so excited, guys. This is so cool. So then we click value change, and then we're just clicking a button. Okay. So I'm at the beginning, and I just...
Yeah.
That really got me. It's just a remote, but...
Literally almost any button in Logic you can add an assignment to.
It goes to one software at a time. It's not like I could do this and lights at the
Yeah,
same time.
I
You would need
think-
2 triggers.
There's probably some software you can make that does like MIDI routing, like a third application you run.
One day it's gonna happen, and the Midian is gonna get us there, everyone. So this was amazing. Do you have anything else that you would like to share with the PMS audience?
If anybody has like a use that they want to
Literally.
know if it's possible, send me an email and we'll see if we can
Maybe.
make it happen.
Let's find some uses. Congratulations again. Thank you so much. I'm so pumped to see how we can use
Yep.
this, and we'll keep you updated on all of the uses that we end up putting this into. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Are you PMSing?